Your glory, Almighty. Can you guys see me? Is it going in and out? Let me know if it's going in and out. Are you guys with me? Okay, so I need God's strength to survive this. I don't know if you've ever had failed marriages, but when someone doesn't love you anymore and you try to make it work, it becomes a big pull. And I'm trying to hold the fort. And I'm grateful every day for the ground, for the air, for the earth, for you, for the people, for my opportunities. But you have someone that's very evil, someone that's very mean, bringing you down when you're happy. That's where I'm at. And I need your support, and I need to know
Order some craft cocktails. Get unlimited Wi-Fi. Enjoy specialty
what to do next.
All included during our best sale ever. Book a Princess cruise today.
I need to know.
Visit princess.com or roll 1-800-PRINCESS.
I need to know.
DealHub helps you rewrite your playbook with the most comprehensive revenue.
I'm tired of being abused.
It's all about beating the competition and closing
I'm tired of it.
deals in one fluid sales motion.
Verbally abused, mentally abused. I'm tired of it.
You can amplify your revenue while turning your sales reps.
And it's not fair to have someone do that to you anymore.
It connects all your sales solutions into a single sales software, Deal Room. So instead of using software which is either too heavy or too
I don't want to be a
light,
roommate
sales reps can finally focus on what they do best, sell.
and an enemy in your own home.
Reps and buyers together.
That
It features a
feeling.
dynamic playbook that guides your sales team with your instructions throughout the entire sales process. It
It's
also
pretty
helps
bad.
your weaker representatives become top performers.
When I'm laughing, having a good time, I'm staying on top of things, and then someone just tear you down, and you're strong. I can't do this. So, I'm looking for a studio, and I'm going to say this. I don't know if I'm heterosexual. I have found out that I may be more than that. And to be fought with, it shouldn't matter what your sexual preference is or trying to figure out yourself. You shouldn't get beat up because of it. We're all learning. We're all students, right? Thanks for the hearts and the likes. I'm literally just getting ready, and I haven't been on here in a while. But the pendulum that I was doing was telling me things that I wasn't ready to hear. And hey, Melanie. How do you guys do this? Like me, I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed.
Good morning, Miss Maria. How you feeling today?
Good, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing all right, I reckon. Jamming out to a little music, waiting on a online class to start.
Where are you
So,
from?
Maria, let me ask you. I'm from down here in Jacksonville, Florida right now. How about yourself?
I'm outside of Chicago.
Are you? Okay. Actually, somebody in my chat right here, little Leah Mana, she's in Chicago right now as well.
Oh, really?
So
It's really
let me ask you,
cool.
Maria.
Yep.
Who are you and what do you do?
So I'm a mom of 3, and I sell software for a company, but I'm also an esthetician, a Reiki practitioner, energy worker, just God's child.
You got a lot going on. I like it. I like it. Okay.
Yeah. And
So
you?
this software company that you
Yeah.
my name's Richard. I'm like I said, I'm down here in Jacksonville, Florida. I am a sailor. I have been in the U.S. Navy for 20 years, and I am actually set to retire from the military on November 30th. So right now I'm going through transition classes. I'm trying to basically learn how to be a civilian and figure out what I want to be when I grow up. Maybe I get into the software industry, or like yourself, I'm no beauty guy, as you can tell, so I'm not doing that whole esthetician. I totally mispronounced that.
I went to school in Florida for it.
Oh, did you? Rock on. Okay, what part?
It was Daytona Beach.
Morning, Erin.
So, yep. So
Excellent.
I would bartend and do like bike week, race week back in the day. It was fun. Yeah. During school.
Well, depending on when back in the day was for you, I may have seen you there because I go every year for Bike Week. We actually we just got a campground set up and everything down there for March coming up, so it's going to be a blast.
That's so fun. Yeah, spring break was awesome. It was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
it's exhausting, but it's awesome.
It is. What's on your shirt? What does it say on your shirt?
This is it says Detroit Choppers. It is. I'm a big motorcycle guy. Obviously, I go through different vendors for different parts on my motorcycles, and just different things. And he sent a T-shirt to me one day after I'd ordered so many things from his
That's
company. So
nice.
he's a really good guy. I'm trying to remember his name. It's Chagul. He runs the company Detroit Choppers, obviously up in Detroit. Real good company to work. 735 168. Sorry. All right. So what got you into the software business?
I don't know, a techie nerd. So I used to sell devices for like medical, and then I just kind of landed into this. So just doing device sales and working myself to the software side, and now just working with a bunch of like Microsoft people. Yeah,
Excellent.
it's good.
All right. So let me ask you this, because I need some advice on my soon to be upcoming transition. Say something happened, and here in the next 60 days, you have to totally revamp your life and change careers. What would you choose and why?
I would go back to grassroots, have a 501c, help those in need, be service to others, and not worry too much about money as much as serving others and helping grow through foundations. That's what I want to do. That's my goal. So housing or gardening, food, that's my thing. Right now I'm giving
Wonderful.
there was a house fire. Yeah, there was a house fire, and I collected bags and bags of toiletries and clothes and just dropped it off. Thanksgiving, fed families, Christmas, gave gifts. So that's my passion. Obviously, it's not going to keep a roof over my head, but I'll do the most I can until I could build to that.
You seem to have a true servant's heart, and I commend you for that. That's very admirable of you. I like that. It's a good trait. And I could kind of see your eyes start to sparkle up a little bit when you started talking about it. You're like, yeah, we donated to this, and we fed the families, and you just kind of lit up and started to glow a little bit more than what your makeup foundation could hide. So good on you. I'm glad you enjoy what you do.
Yeah. This is just a mask. Makeup is just a mask. It just hides, but you got to heal
your true
what's
beauty
inside before you
resonate
can.
through that. Absolutely. So, along with you with the coaching and giving back and serving people, that's something I'm very passionate about as well. Little background on myself: I started off in the military as an aviation electrician. I did that for about 11 years. I worked on helicopters and airplanes, 17 different countries and 21 different states. I enjoyed it, but then I moved on after I became a little bit higher in rank and started leading people. I decided that I wanted to lead change and help people more with their careers. So I switched over to the admin side of house. I started helping people with their pay issues and with their careers. I was a career counselor as well as an admin guy. Did some separations as well, help people separate out of the military after they did their 4 years, 6 years, 20 years, however long it was. Then in 2016, I wanted to help more. I converted over to the recruiting world, so I could help young members, coming right up from high school or college, join up into the military. And then more recently, not long after that, I converted over to helping veterans come back into the military. So, like Maria, if you went, if you did 4 years in the Air Force and you got out, 5, 10 years have passed, and you're thinking about coming in, I would help you get back into the reserves. The guy that's transitioning directly off of active duty, helped that member transition and transfer directly into the reserves with no break in service. And now I've been doing that for about 6 years now. Now it's time for me to move on and transition out myself. And I still want to be able to do that. I want to be able to instill change and help people with their goals and aspirations in life, and coming up with plans. So I'm more leaning towards the HR field, maybe a transition specialist or something like that. I don't want to get into the director world or anything anymore. I've been leading for a number of years now, and now I just want to be able to. I don't want to coast, but I do want less responsibility.
I see that. Yeah. Well, yeah, I was, so you engineer, so with helicopters and things like that. So you were the engineer, like if something went down or going up or making sure it was safe.
I was
I mean,
yes, ma'am. I was an aviation electrician. I worked on SH-60 Bravos. It's a you ever seen the movie Black Hawk Down? It has that helicopter
yes.
on there. I worked on those helicopters. Um, what I
Wow.
did is there's two different types of electricians. You have aviation electricians and aviation tronics, in the Navy at least. The aviation electricians make sure that the airplane or the helicopter can fly. Once it gets up in the air, I don't care what it does. That's what the tronics do. They work on all the radar equipment and the sonar and all that, the radios and stuff. I just make sure that it can go up in the air and fly and then come back and land safely. Um, did that
That's
for about 3 years.
cool.
Then I went out to Tinker Air Force Base out in Oklahoma City for a number of years. Worked on the E-6B Mercury is what it's called. It's basically a Boeing 707. So if you've ever flown in a commercial airliner, 4-engine commercial airplane, most likely is a Boeing 747 or 767. I worked on those. We did nuclear counterstrike missions and communications missions over in Afghanistan and Iraq for a number of years. Then I came back to the helicopters and worked on them some more. Thoroughly enjoyed it before I moved over to the admin and career counseling role.
Wow. And you said 17 countries?
But yes, ma'am. I've been all over. I was actually just on live a moment ago with a guy from Russia. We had quite the language barrier, so it was kind of hard to conversate in a meaningful way. But I was telling him that I'd been to Russia as well. We went up to a little town called Murmansk back in 2011 or 12, somewhere in that area. So he's like, "Yeah, I know
Wow.
Murmansk." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." It was kind of cool.
That is pretty cool.
Russia was an interesting country.
Wow.
We it was one of the times in the military that I felt where I was in no imminent danger at all, but I felt really uncomfortable. So we pulled into the Bay of Murmansk, and in the country we had to wear our dress blues when we went out in town, which was kind of offsetting. I was like, hey, we're in Russia. We don't really want to stand out like this, but those are the rules. Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and put it on. So we go out, and when we pulled into port, we all got on our buses when we were going to go out into out in town and go to Liberty. CBR 600, my son just jumped on. We we had to jump on these buses and go through this old military base, which is just a port now, in order to get out to the town that we were going to. And part of the base that we had to drive through, and I know the driver did it on purpose, this base was set up during the Cold War, and it looked like Main Street America. I swear it had the street signs, it had stoplights, it had a drugstore, it had a hardware store, it had a floral shop. What else was there? Like a little farming area of it, with like fake cows, and there's mannequins all set up all over the place. And it was a base that they had set up during the Cold War to learn how to fight in America. It was like a prop. So it was a little unsettling. Like I said, I was in no imminent danger at all. We were all on a bus, and we were, there just as tourists. But it was quite
still
it set everybody
to
back
see
a
it
little bit, and
kind
kind of
of
went, "Whoa, what are you doing?"
kind of cool though, like to be able to see that. Like you never know how they train, but it's cool.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
when I
Yes,
was
ma'am.
young, I wanted to be so my dad used to work for like our town, and he worked for like the sewer and water department. So I wanted to be part of the street department, and I wanted to work with like the street with the construction. And they're like, no, you can't, only guys. And I was like, oh, that sucks. So then I wanted to become a cop. My mom's like, you are not going to become a cop. This is Chicago. And I wanted like in the city, like I wanted District 1, District. And she's like, you are not going to be a cop. I'm like, we need more people to serve and protect us. Like I want to. I loved politics. I loved like everything. I wanted to be a lawyer. So when I was in college, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be a lawyer and I'm going to do this politics thing. And, I did all the classes. And again, you're not going to be a lawyer. You're not. And I was like, I'm taking my LSATs. I'm going to do this. And it was like one thing after the other. And I was like, well, then what am I supposed to be? Like, she's like, just get married. I'm like, what? Like, no, I don't want to just get married. I want to be like what I want to be. And so I almost enrolled in the military, like literally just to spite. I was like, what are they going to do? Tell me I can't? So I was working out. I was like, I'm a tomboy. I was a tomboy my whole life. Like, why? I don't want to put makeup on. I didn't want to wear dresses. I literally was a tomboy. I was track, cross country, and softball. It was just, I was obsessed with sports. No.
You're that
I
girl,
was
all
like,
right.
oh my God. Yeah. So all of a sudden I was like, I can't keep battling them. I can't. So that's when I went into IT. And that was like dot matrix, green screen, and I was just like, this is social suicide. There's nobody in this class that I can actually socialize with. So that's when I went into marketing. But I remember like all those obstacles. I was like, I want to do this. As soon as I graduated college, I was like, no, I'm going to be a lawyer. No, I'm going to go into the military. No, I'm going to be a cop. I'm like, I have all the paperwork. I have all this. I'm going to do it. I'm doing it. Like, this is my passion. And when you don't have the support, you kind of like, it's up, and I was like, but why am I not becoming what I want to be? Then I became girly because I was like, maybe I have to be a girly. So that's when I dabbled at like makeup and fashion. And I was like, ugh, I guess this is what I'm supposed to be. And then I have to get married, and I got married, and I got divorced, and I actually married a Navy guy. So that was fun.
Did you? All right.
Yeah, I did. So he's from Ohio. He's here now, but yeah, I married a Navy guy, family, all Navy. His brother at Pearl Harbor, like he was stationed, and he retired at 42, but he was stationed at Pearl Harbor. So yeah, I grew up around all Navy things. Mm-hmm. So, and I had no brothers. So that was new to me too.
No brothers?
No brothers. I was the brother.
So let me ask you from your story here. You spent a lot of time growing up tomboyish, playing sports and being all in that world, and then you had a passion, and then it led you to something else, and your outside obstacles is the words that you used led you to do something else. I could be wrong here, so I'm not trying to put words into your mouth or put you in a category or label you. But it looks like you had a whole lot of not really gender, but a lot of like self how do I say it? A whole lot of self-reflection on who you were and what you wanted to be and what you thought you should be based on what? Based on other people's opinions, or based on society, on how you think that you should dress and wear the makeup and do the whole girly thing and all that, versus what your actual passion was. And if I am correct on any of this, it has made you the woman that you are today, but is it the woman that you saw yourself being when you were 14, 15 years old?
Actually, when it comes to relationships, I'm still struggling. So no, because I never got to really truly find who I am in a relationship. Am I supposed to just be with a man? Never dabbled in being with a woman. Haven't. This is my second marriage. Is it great? No. Why is that? What is happening? Why is it not clicking? Why isn't the key and the lock connecting? Has nothing to do with love. Has nothing to do with following Christ or God, because I'm very spiritual. It's a matter of my identity was never chosen by me. It was always created. Do you know what I mean? So do I still know?
It was created by somebody else, or you created it based off of what you thought you could be? Okay.
Pressure of what I'm supposed to be.
Okay.
So like tonight, so my son's, yeah.
So let me ask you this. You just got done putting on your makeup, and you created it, and you created the word and used the word, hey, this is a mask, which you look beautiful, by the way. I believe everybody in your life can say the same thing. You do look very beautiful right now. But let me ask you this. Did you want to put on that makeup this morning?
I haven't worn makeup in a few days, so maybe. I don't have to. I haven't worn makeup in a few days. I don't have to. I just kind of just did it to feel a little better.
Yeah.
But I don't have to wear it. I don't have to wear it because it's not who I am. It's just what is portrayed by the society, because no one could really see inside of me, so they just can't.
Well, if I can get real
unless I
personal with
show
you,
them.
how does it make you feel? How does it make you feel wearing that makeup as a mask to mask your true self? And this is just a physical representation of, you wearing that, but how does it make you feel
Yeah.
on the inside as a person?
Fake.
Really?
No one's lips are this color. No one's lips are actually this color.
Yes, they are. Okay,
So...
my mother's lips are exactly that color because they are tattooed onto her permanently.
She did. Oh my God, that's amazing. Oh my gosh, I don't have the guts to do that.
And her
That's
eye,
funny.
oh shit, what's it called? Eyeliner thing stuff.
The
That's all. And her eyebrows.
eyeliner is tattooed.
Yeah, the eyeliners and the
Oh my God,
everything.
that's
It's
awesome. She has the microblading.
It took
and
me
all
about
that.
6 months to notice. I was like, why are you wearing freaking lipstick? It's 10 o'clock at night. You're sitting on the couch. She's like, this is a tattoo. I was like,
my
what?
God, that's awesome.
I had no idea.
That's awesome. Bless her heart. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So it's,
Well, Maria,
I guess you can ask her too.
I hope that you find oh yeah. I hope that you find I'm not saying that don't have inner peace, but I hope that a little bit of this conversation can help you reflect and understand, hey, look, I am beautiful on the inside this mask. I don't need this. I know that you mentioned your marriage may not be perfect. My marriage is it perfect? No, I'm on my second marriage as well. I love my wife to death, and we fight every day to make it a perfect marriage. But no relationship that you'll ever have with anybody is going to be perfect. I pick on her all the time just out of love, and she picks on me all the time out of love. We don't fight, we don't argue. We have to come to that common ground. But you have to do that with everybody in every relationship that you have. So I hope that you can find that self-love in that. And I'm not saying that you don't have the self-love. No, don't take that wrong. I'm hoping that you can find more of your own self-love to make your own identity yourself and actually own it. Because no matter what influences in life, whether that be family, whether that be society, as you mentioned, made you the woman that you are today, you are the woman that you are today because of those things, and actually embrace it and take it all on and love yourself for it. Even more than you already do, because I can see the sparkle in your eye whenever you talk about helping that family with the house fire stuff. You love who you are and what you do, but continue to build on that self-love. Okay.
Yes, I love that. I do. I love it because I help other people, but it's like I'm not going to wait and say, okay, someone help me now. It's just you got to help yourself. So
helpers never want help from other people.
So you're on your second too.
You need it sometimes.
Yeah,
I am.
Yeah. So you're on your second as well.
So. I never should have got married the first time. Never should have been with her. Quick background is I was a 21-year-old punk kid, and I got stationed out in Oklahoma. I was there by myself. I'd been out there 3 weeks or a month. Like I said, I was 21, so of course I was going out to the bars. I went out to a bar on a Friday or Saturday night, got drunk, met up with a girl that night, met up with her, you know what I mean? And then started talking to her here and there over the past, over the next couple of weeks, and a month and a half, 2 months later, we were still, talking and dating, whatever you want to call it. And she came up pregnant. So I was like, oh my God. So ended up marrying her. We had another child after that. But it was one of those things that never should have really been. My current wife, absolutely adore her.
Sounds like my first one.
I was part of a military. Yeah. Met drunk in a bar and knocked her up and got, married. My current wife, my final and current wife, met her actually drunk in a bar as well. However, she was the bartender, and it wasn't really just a bar; it's an organization, kind of like the Fleet. It's called the Fleet Reserve Association. It's like a VFW or American Legion kind of thing for vets and active duty service members. Met her, she was the bartender, and then you just kept going back, obviously, because I was part of the organization, and we ended up texting back and forth and hit it off, and talked for a number of months before we actually started seeing each other. Took her out on the motorcycle on our birthday for that first time, and just enjoyed the day and really hit it off. And now we've been together for about 7 years now. and married into yet another child. She had a 2-year-old daughter whenever I met her. She's 9 now, and that is my daughter. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't call her my stepdaughter. She's my little angel. So yes, I have 4 kids and 3 grandkids. It's never a dull
Wow.
moment.
No. Well, that's amazing. You have many blessings around you, so that's good.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, well, Miss Maria, I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I'm getting ready to start this
Okay.
this class here. Let's see if I can flip this thing around. So, I'm on 2 computers, my work computer and this computer, and today we are going over the Department of Labor Employment Workshop. So I gotta get somewhat focused on
Nice.
this so I can try to figure out how to write a resume and do interviews and create my LinkedIn, or boost up my LinkedIn profile and all that good jazz so I can try to become an adult and
Let me know if you need help with
a meaningful
anything.
member of society. I will. I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah,
drop
let
you a
me
follow
know.
on here so
I'm
next time we see
around.
each other, we can engage and talk. Good luck to you today, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Sounds good. You too.
All right,
Bye.
take care. Bye bye.
Hey, Tweety. Okay, so we are gonna go